Hello everyone, welcome to Mindful Image. So I have something to show you. So this is my design team project for Paperomia, and this was my first time doing a lot of things. This project was so much fun, and it was very time consuming, but so worth it. I usually don't kind of explain what I've done, but I'm going to do my best to go through everything that I did. And I will do my best to link all the videos that I watched for ideas. This is from the Alice in Wonderland kit that is included in the Paperomia Valentines bundle. It has 7 kits. It's massive. It has 7 kits and 41 pages of ephemera. And this is one of the kits. So let's start with this. This was my first time making a tassel. And I had a lot of fun. And I watched a couple different videos, but kind of ended up doing my own thing. So I added these charms. I printed them and I laminated the image and then added them to the tassel. I will be doing a video on how I make my tassels. A couple of videos actually, because it's a long process. But I'm really happy with it. And I love that you're going to be able to use this in different ways. So you're going to be able to use it the way you just saw it on the spine. And then I'll show you later what else you're going to be able to do with it. So let's get into this baby. I did my glue work. You guys know I love messing around with glue. And these are some resin pieces that I made, and then I painted over them. Has a lot of texture. So it has a closure here. So I posted when I first was asked to create this project, I asked for some ideas on Facebook, and my friend Misty said, lap book. And I had never heard of a lap book. So, of course, I went crazy on YouTube, finding different ways of making lap books. Let's see. I'm so in love with this. You don't understand. So these are images from the kit. And I have a journaling card here. And I set the butterfly in a way where the wings are out of the pocket. I did some red inking on that. I went crazy with the inking. So let's do the side first, because this is really big. Ta-da! So I added one of the pens that I make. Isn't she beautiful? Magical? So I found these clips. They're really cool for pens to add them to the journal. It's the first time I get to use it. So that goes in there like that. But for now, this cards right here are part of the pockets. And then you have a journaling space there. So this is like a belly band. This card is a vintage card, and I'm using it to hold this in place. So I saw this in one of Natasha from Treasure Books videos, and we are all obsessed with this. I went crazy. So this part was supposed to be attached, but the paper is vintage and it came off, and I actually liked the way that it looked like that, so I kept it. I did some inking. I tried to ink on everything. I went ink crazy. but you guys know how long that takes. So this one goes up like this. I did a couple things that are different from what I saw in the video. Inked. And that is adding pockets when I made this. So it has pockets for ephemera on the sides. I don't know if I put that in there right, did I? No, I didn't. Put it in the pocket. Okay. And then it has another pocket up here. Envelope. And then it has two more little postcard up there. So I thought if I glued this, it would probably look really nice. But I want everything to be as functional as possible. And I think the best way would have been to be able to remove it so you can write on it and put it back. Has this nice background. I did add elements from other kits because since I made this so big, it wasn't enough. So there's pockets here, pocket here, all around. So again, open that. Another thing that I did differently is that they don't open in the same direction, all of them. So this one goes to this side. This is hand-dyed paper. I dyed this with food coloring, and the designs that you see were my little attempt at creating a stencil with glue, and I really like how it came out. I messed around a little bit with that. Maybe one day I'll make a video. Another writing space. So here, put it back in there, and then we have this here, and then this card kind of holds that in place. I'm gonna close it up just to keep everything together when I'm folding it out. Okay, so next, let me see. Journal. I did mess around with magnets. I wanted to use a magnet here. I wasn't able to because the ones that I had were too big. I was able to figure that out and get some smaller ones, but I was already more further along with the project. So I created this here for the closure, and I really like that. So this is one of the images from the kit. This one as well. This has a pocket here. Printed music page. I hand dyed this. And I use food coloring for that. Another image from the kit. Journaling card. I also did the hand dyeing using the hot glue stencils that I made and food coloring for this. Another image from the kit. It has that gold around it. I also did this with the hot glue stencils that I made and coffee dyed. All of the images from this kit are so bright, and you guys know I love color. This has a pocket here. More hand-dyed paper. Coffee dyed paper. I did that one too. Yeah, basically all the hand-dyed paper, I did it. I hand-dyed the paper. So there's a little tuck spot there. I love the food coloring effect. The colors are so bright. Coffee dyed. So the binding that I use for this, with this kind of binding, you're able to remove the pages and add more pages. I actually think I put way too many pages on this, but it's really hard for me to limit myself. I just want to add and add. Put the little trim on there. So there's tons of writing space. And like I said, I wanted to make all the elements something that you can take out and put back in so it's more comfortable because this is so big. But you could definitely sit down and write just like this, you know. And this has a pocket in the back. More hand-dyed paper. Towards the end, you gotta, because of the way that I bind it, how do you say it? Anyway, you might struggle a little bit. Like I said, I think I added way too many pages, and that's why that's happening, but I think it's worth it. It's worth the little struggle to have these additional pages. Okay, let me fix this. This is giving me a little bit of a struggle here. Okay. I was like, I could just remove them, but I'm like, no. I want every single page that I put in there. I like it. I usually make really big journals, so this was different for me, making a smaller journal that fits in here. So then you just pull it like this. And there it is. Added some lace here. So next, we have these cute little inked notepads. Belly bands. I feel like I could have made this a little smaller so it's a little more tucked. But that's how it came out. So you can take the little notepads out, right, and put them back in here. And you probably have space to put more papers in there just to make it a little. So I really wanted to make something for the spine. And I'll show you in a little bit what I did make for it, but it didn't make it because it wouldn't close. So let's get to this side now. This is what I wanted to go here, but it doesn't close right, so it couldn't go there. So this is a bookmark. It has a little tuck spot right there. And then you have a little notepad inside. These papers are also from the kit. And then here, you have a little hidden spot for writing. I added some ribbon here for the belly band, like a belly band. I'll show you this in a bit. So, let me make sure you can see. Yes. You have another big writing space there, and this one, and it has a pocket here. And there's a magnet here to help me keep this nice and closed. Like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with the magnets, so this is the cover here of this part. Then you have that belly band here with all these ephemera pieces. These are actually not from the kit. These are just some leftovers that I had from another kit that I had used for another Alice journal I made. And then we have this side, an ephemera piece there. That's vintage. This is not. So you have those pockets right there on the side. And then these are some cute little baggy tea thingies that I made. So it has the tea bag in there. And then you have the envelope with more ephemera pieces there. That goes in there. Like that. So, this right here. So these are 3 envelopes. And I'm trying to see how I'm going to show you. So this flips down. Let me close this side. This flips down. And I put 3 magnets here. These are 3 separate envelopes. So when you grab one, you have the front, And then it opens up. I was able to use a lot of my stickers on this, so I was happy about that. And there's more journaling cards. I inked these all with that paint that I told you, and it has that little bit of shine and the gold. So some of them I did with the blue and some I did with the gold. So I always forget how you close this. So you close this like this. And then on the outside, you have more pockets. This is a tuck spot here. And another tuck spot there. And then this one with another little journaling card. It's crazy because once you start inking, you just want to ink everything. Because it looks like it's missing something when you don't do it. And again, I added that paint all around for that shine and like that grungy look. These were some more of the laminated images that I used on the tassel. So then you just put it back when you take the other one out. Oh, and this right here, it's another laminated image, and I put the magnets behind it. So I probably put too much in between, and that's why it's not very strong, but it still works. An image here, sticker. A tuck spot right there. I found these at a thrift store, and I think they're pretty cool as like a little writing spot. And if you wanted to do more to it, you can. Okay, so this one's like this, and then the back, it has more. I'm telling you, you will have space to write forever. Like, there's definitely enough space to write a lot. And then the cute little bottle there, cluster. Okay. So that one goes on the bottom. This is the one from the side. Cute little heart cluster. And I added some of that paint too. And let's open it. So some of the directions I'm sure are not right, but I had a hard time with that. So many spots. Okay. So on the outside, we have another one of those. It's like a pattern to do that type of stitch. Okay, so this one goes over here, and then this one goes. So you can see on the outside the way that they're layered, and then the magnets help it a little bit stay there, you know, to stay there, stay in place. Okay, so let me see how I'm gonna do this. because I want to show you the front. Okay. How am I going to do this? I might... Okay, like this. Okay. So here, my little cards, pocket here, and a pocket there. I love this beautiful Alice image I found. And so I made another one. That's another image from the kit. Hand-dyed paper. And then I just really love the way this looked together. You can use this to add another element or just leave it just for the look. Okay, so those pockets hold that together. And then this goes, you have the image here. Let me, this is from the kit as well. So now it goes like this, it goes like this, and then it goes like this, and then you close it this way. And it has a magnet there. I did use a magnet that's kind of too big for this, but it's what I had, and I didn't realize that it would be that, you know, big. But it still closes, so that's good. And then, and then, should I close this up? I'm gonna close this up for a second. I'm gonna leave this out and that. And this is the back spine. So this is from the kit. This too. So you are going to open this like this. This makes me so happy. Okay. And you have a bunch of pockets. I used a vintage postcard. This is from 1957. I have a really hard time using vintage stuff because I'm almost afraid to touch it and mess around with it. So this was, I think, one of my first attempts at doing this. I have like a million vintage postcards and I don't use them. So this is how I thought to use them. And I got to use a lot of my little stickers. And this, what I used to make the pockets, is from a vintage like stitch book. So I was happy to use that. This is a vintage postcard. This is from another vintage postcard. I just covered the front with the image. I like the gold. I don't know if you could see the shine from the gold, but I added that to a lot of it. Another vintage postcard. and another one. This one is embossed. It's from 1910. And then this is another one, 1958. This is also a picture from the kit. And again, the gold shimmer all around it. So that's what it looks like. And then you close it. But let's turn it around. And open it again. Now it has pockets on the other side as well. Vintage postcard. That's not a pocket. Embossed, 1919. Vintage postcard. Right here. And another card. Vintage postcard. I can't even tell when it's from. Can't see when it's from either. Yeah, so now let me turn it around. Isn't that satisfying as heck? And I love the fact that I didn't even plan this out. I just picked some random pages. I made the pockets and then realized it said Valentine on it. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I believe there's some other elements in here that kind of look Valentines, but that was not planned. Okay, so we put this back here and this here. Now, there is a different way that you could use this. It's a little long, but I thought it looked really nice. I'm gonna show you now. So you close this. This you have to mess around with it a little bit to make sure it's in a spot where it's gonna be able to close. Let's put our pen back. And close this. And close this. So I thought it looked really cute when I did this. So on the spine, I don't know why, am I closing it wrong? Or did I think I left something out of place. Is it this? It's probably this, because this goes on that side, like that. Okay. you go. So now here, if you put this on the spine and you use the clip to hold it together there, you can have that on the spine. I wish I could stand it up so you could see it, but the way my camera's set up, I can't. But doesn't it look cute there? Just like that. Or you could put it back in, whatever you choose. For now, I choose to put it back. Okay. It was my first time making a lap book, and I'm obsessed with them. And I was like, I'm gonna make 1 million of them. But then when I realized how long it takes, I'm like, it's probably gonna be a while before I do that. So, because of course I'm extra, whoever purchases this from me, it's gonna be, there's gonna be a little extra something. Look at this bag. Because we need a bag to put the lap book in, right? Like, duh. Right? And then your tassel, you can use it like this on your bag. Isn't it beautiful? You can put it on the side. You can put it wherever you want. So, you guys, I am so happy to finally have been able to finish this video for you guys. Thank you to Paperomia for giving me this amazing project to do. I mean, they didn't choose which kit I was going to use, but when I saw Alice, I was like, yes. And they have this Wizard of Oz kit. It's just as colorful as this one. I'm telling you, I need it. I need it. They already sent it to me, so hopefully I'll get to that soon. And thank you guys for watching. I will have this available on my website for sale. And thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys later.